Don't you just love it when everything's slightly off-center because the game emulates with a black bar to the left side? I sure do. So, this is Mega Man 3 for the NES. This is the first game in which Dr. Wily certainly is not the main villain. He's working with Dr. Light to make a peacekeeping robot named Gamma. However, wouldn't you know it, they need 8 energy sources from different planets, and oh darn it, all the robots they sent to collect those energies have gone haywire, and now Mega Man needs to step in and stop them, so we're going to be doing just that. Of course, you wouldn't know that this game takes place on different planets if you didn't read the manual, and quite frankly, I'm not completely convinced either. So, we're going to be starting with Magnet Man. The beginning of the stage is fairly simple. These enemies will just attract you upwards when you're below them, which might fuck up your jumps if you're impatient, but otherwise, it's not really a difficult gimmick to deal with. This stage, I would say, is fairly simple, but there is a certain gimmick that nobody likes. But first, we have a mini-boss. This is the mysterious Brakeman, who has decided to attack us. This boss is fairly simple. He's going to jump up and down while firing, keep low to the ground, keep shooting him, and you'll be a-okay. It's really not a difficult fight. Quite the interesting mini-boss, though. We are fighting a mysterious person who we don't know at all. Certainly, I'm sure nobody knows the characters of the Mega Man Classic series. You can't recognize that guy at all. These enemies are a bit weird. Those missiles are homing, so they can be a little tricky to dodge, but really not too bad, provided you keep calm and keep those things in control. On the other hand, though, we have, well, first off, we have what looks more like fans, but these things bring you in towards them. They're not a huge deal, they won't hurt you if you get attracted to them. However, they are used for platforming segments like this. Say hello to the Yoku blocks, or the disappearing reappearing blocks, whatever you want to call them. The gimmick nobody likes, and now we have to deal with being drawn towards them during a platforming segment. What fun! I'm going to be skipping this. Of course, now we have a pit. Of course, the pattern gets easier to follow when there is the chance of death. Honestly, on a technical basis, Capcom is usually more lenient when the platforming section could kill you. Like in Heatman's stage in Mega Man 2, the pattern's really not that bad if it's lethal, but at the same time, Yoku blocks are such a bad gimmick and nobody likes them that it really doesn't matter how lenient they are with it, it's still annoying to see them. Of course, the stage is also fairly short, so if anything's going to be taking your time, it's going to be the Yoku blocks. But we're done with it now, so we have the boss, Magnet Man. I don't like the bosses of Mega Man 3, I feel they're too reliant on contact damage and homing shots, both of which Magnet Man technically has, but honestly I think he's one of the easier bosses of the game. The magnet shot's not too bad provided you start at one end of the room and go to another. You can zigzag a little bit, it's not too bad. He also has that attack in which he draws you in, but I don't think that one's so bad. Honestly, the worst this battle can get is when he uses it multiple times in a row. That doesn't really make it difficult, but it does make the battle more tedious. Thankfully, I got a really good pattern here, and he actually spammed the magnet missile more often than his attraction attack, so this battle didn't take too long to do, which is nice. I'm glad. Thank you for being merciful, Magnet Man. It's very nice of you. I'm glad you did not drag on this battle. It would have been annoying otherwise. And for our efforts, we get Magnet Missile, which is one of the more useful items in the game, or abilities rather. It's not very efficient in terms of energy, but what are you gonna do? That's it for this part of Mega Man. Next time, we're going to be taking on a less attractive boss.